Now, if you have watched through the first part and didn't fucking cringe, welcome to part no dose. Okay? Of Spooky Musings or It's Oddly Terrifying with Maiden. I don't know. Some people might. I like Oddly Terrifying with Maiden. But speaking of terrifying, I'm going to mention this because I think a lot of people will not like what it is I'm going to say, and I really don't care. I think there are some people that get really turned off when you come out and you start to admit to those that you've allowed in your life to get to know you, to open up to, that you practice the left-hand path. Some people will choose the archetype of Satan, some people will do Lucifer, some people will choose other cathartic, demonized currents. But it's a lot more than just Satanism. I see value in the left-hand path. I see value in that. I also see value in occultism in general. It's not only an interesting topic, but it's just you're free to do so. You're free to explore whatever it is that you so please without getting approval from other people. But here's the thing. I think, well, does Canada hate left-hand path practitioners? Now, this is a pretty broad topic, okay? The problem is, depending on who it is you talk to, not every left-hand path practitioner is going to agree to the same thing. It's just a perception. And I would say being on this path is very valuable. It's been very, very valuable. Because why is that? Because when you come out to people, I don't advertise it to people in my personal life. I talk about it online because it's still a small channel. Even if I didn't get Bliss Creek the first time, it's still a topic that I find really fascinating. I've always been fascinated with occultism. Like I've stated, I've had weird experiences that I cannot ignore. So, what do you think happened when 2020 came around? I started to embrace it. Kind of hard not to. But when you've been suppressing your nature, that part of your nature, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Don't go against your own nature. Don't go against your own life force. Don't go against your own darkness. That's the thing. People will hear the left-hand path and they're going to automatically associate it with these satanic Kabbalists that are trying to kill people and depopulate the planet. Whether you want to call them satanic or not is irrelevant to me, because it doesn't change what my goals are, what it is that I'm trying to achieve in this life. You know, I'm still seeking, I'm still exploring. But if there's one thing that is very valuable when it comes to the left-hand path that people, I think, have to understand, even if you're not on this path, and that's why I've managed to get along with certain Christians that you could probably argue they're heretical. They know who they are. They know he's probably going to be in the chat after, so he knows who he is. Hot dogs and garlic and shit. He knows. Anyways, why is left-hand path valuable? The left-hand path is not just about self-mastery. It's not just about being free. It's not just about illumination or autonomy or learning. One of the most important things that is very much emphasized on is shedding your light on your shadows and your darkness. That's key here. And you become aware of that. So whenever we talk about these taboo subjects, like, psychic abilities, and when it's used, weaponized, of the military and stuff like this, there's a value there. There's a value in learning. There's a value of gaining knowledge. There's a value of understanding why something is taboo And why am I interested in this? Because I'm interested in understanding why. From a young age, I was interested and attracted to the macabre and stuff, and why I was growing up as a child, a Catholic child, being drawn to Satan, Lucifer, the devil. I don't know why, but now that I know, we were sold a fucking lie. And what's really interesting is you understand what makes people tick. The psychology of it. What's going on in their fucking heads? What's going on in your head? That's the beauty of understanding darkness. That's the beauty of shedding light on that fucking stuff. To become aware. And understanding your monsters as well. I think everybody has this monster within them. And, to quote a few other people that I watch, you have to explore yourself, good, bad, beautiful, and ugly. And let's not act like we're so goody two-shoes. And if I seem so nice, yeah, I'm a nice person. But I have seen a side of myself, and I felt that fire, that anger, that monster. When my eyes inside go black, when I see red or black, it's lights out for you. And so when I say I embrace it, I mean I acknowledge that, but I realize that I'm able to lean into that. And that's the beauty when it comes to understanding darkness and understanding, like, it's a liberating thing. You could do whatever you want. It doesn't mean you're not free from consequences. I don't need some Karen operative of Canada having to tell me in a very self-righteous tone about it. And I say that they don't like left-hand path practitioners is because people on this path want to be free. They embrace liberty. And their existence is an act of rebellion au contraire to the culture that they're in. Canada doesn't like people who question the narrative. They don't like individuals. And then again, you don't have to be on the left-hand path to agree with what it is that I'm saying. I think it is very important to understand and find value in darkness and the macabre and understanding how these things are. Hell, even the topic of necromancy, I find fucking fascinating. I find it really cool. I find it to be misunderstood. People would probably cringe at such a thing. But again, there's nuance that needs to be understood as time goes on. There's certain things I won't always advocate for, but I have an understanding of such a thing. Let's say certain tribes might do really heinous shit that here in the West we won't find acceptable. But if you read up about it and you educate yourself, then fine. But I don't go around saying that's satanic. I'm going to eventually have my disapproval. I have my own limits too. I do. But it's that awareness. And I was thinking about it recently. If I was in a room with Cuban Fabio, what would I ask him? I would love to know if he knew that all the bullshit that he was doing from the moment he got elected or even prior until now, if he knew what he was doing, like if he was just playing dumb. Was it his ego? Or was it him just playing dumb? Like, oh, I don't know what's going on. That's what I'd like to know with all this amount of tyranny. Did you know what was going on? See, that to me, I want to know. And then the rest, I'll just deal with it. But that's what I would ask him. Were you fully aware of the bullshit that you were doing? Causing all the shit? Because manipulation is probably one of the darkest fucking things that you could even do to a person. I mean, with a baneful, malevolent intention. So for me, it's good to understand these characteristics and understanding your own darkness so you can get into the mind of somebody else. I find value in that. And I find you're going to really appreciate it from somebody who works with their shadow, who does that type of shadow work, basically. You really don't have a choice. It's kind of hard to ignore these demons that you have. You're the one who has to conquer the demons and lay down the fucking law, as I would with people who want to try to fuck me over. No, that's dangerous freedom for you. But other than that, all this to say, I find occultism very valuable in this regard, especially when it comes to the esoteric aspects and then how you apply it in your life and also out in society. So it's very good and it's very valuable. That's it. Peace out.